What's up, everybody in Steeler Nation all across the country, all across the world? As we all know today, the news came down. Finally, the Steelers have hired their new head coach, and that is Mike McCarthy, former Packers and former Dallas Cowboys coach. As we all know, Mike Tomlin stepped down right after the playoff loss to Houston in that wild card game, which was a pathetic performance by the team. But with that being said, hiring Mike McCarthy now. I said it the last week, and when I found out they were interviewing him, this was the last guy, the worst option for me, in my opinion, for them to hire. A dog shit hire, in my opinion. It is kind of one of those safest hires just to do it, just because they're too scared to go think outside the box and do something different. Now, look, I get it. He's an offensive guy. Of course, cool. But with that being said, the guy is 62 years old. Yes, he's won a Super Bowl, but he had the prime Aaron Rodgers, who was arguably the best quarterback in the league at the time they won. And crazy enough, they beat the Steelers in that Super Bowl in Dallas and Arlington. I remember that Super Bowl like it was yesterday. Jordy Nelson cooked the Steelers. But with that being said, let's talk about Mike McCarthy. Is 174, 112 in 112 losses, 2 ties, a 60.8 winning percentage, 11-11 in the playoffs, and he has 1 Super Bowl. So mediocre. It is a high floor hiring, low ceiling. Think we're gonna get the same results with him as a head coach. Maybe the offense might be a little better. Maybe I'm not being optimistic enough. Maybe I'm being a Debbie Downer, whatever you want to call it. But I know Steeler Nation is feeling just as pissed off as I am. This franchise continues to wobble in a mediocrity, and that is a definition of it. And it starts at the top with ownership and Art Rooney. Mike Tomlin leaves, and this is what we get. This doesn't move the needle for me. Now, hey, there's been some coaches that have got hired in the previous years. I know when Dan Campbell had the bite kneecaps, people were not impressed, and they were disappointed. He's going to do great things, but for the Detroit Lions and reinventing that franchise and making them relevant. But if I'm not mistaken, the goal in the NFL is doing Super Bowls, right? And we've done that. We've won 6 Super Bowls, but in the last 10 to 12 years, we've been the definition of mediocrity. Not great, not terrible, just in the middle. 9-8, 9-7, 10-7. And I just can't deal with this kind of shit, man. And I know it sounds a little selfish, sounds crazy coming off from me, because I know how I wouldn't even imagine how it feels to be a Jets fan, a Dolphins fan, a Raiders fan. I can keep going. But Tennessee Titans fans of late. But my point I'm going on is that the goal is to win championships here, and they are too scared to do that. They are too scared to hire a coach who's young and innovative. They interviewed Shula, they interviewed Anthony Weaver, they interviewed Brian Flores, I can't believe I don't know if they interviewed Jesse Minter. They interviewed Clay Kubiak. Get a young coach in here. Some of the best coaches in the game are young coaches, a lot of offensive minded coaches, but have juice, have energy. This shouldn't even be a long-term hire. This shouldn't be in the guy you headed. He's a retread. I get it. He's from Pittsburgh, but it doesn't freaking matter. I don't care about that. Are we trying to win a Super Bowl or not? And this just tells me that they're not. They're just gonna be okay with just selling tickets and just giving us good enough product to where they're okay. That's not gonna fucking cut it, man. In this generation in NFL, we have to be innovative, and we don't even have a franchise quarterback, let alone that he's known for being an offensive play caller. But what has his teams done in Green Bay, and what have they done in Dallas to jump off the page to make him feel like this is the best coaching candidate that we could possibly get? In my opinion, no. It's fucking not. It's not okay. It's not okay. And it's a bad day for me as a Steelers fan. I am not happy. Kind of ruined my Saturday, and I'm trying not to let it ruin my Saturday, but it absolutely has, because this hire is pathetic, it's horrible, and we are just going to continue to swim in mediocrity. Hey, and honestly, I know I sound like a Debbie Downer, like I said before, but hey, if he can prove me wrong, because I've talked to friends, family, people I care about, and just everybody around Steelers Nation, and I've gotten some mixed opinions, but a lot of people I think are on my side where this hire doesn't do anything for them, and we just continue to be old school. We think it's 2008, and it's not 2008 anymore. It is 2026, and we're still stuck in the past. I'm still stuck in the past on a coach who be his third stint as a head coach, another retread. We know what we're going to get from him. Ask Cowboy fans and ask Packer fans, they'll tell you the same thing. So Steelers fans, get ready to deal with mediocrity. We continue to always pick 18 to 22 every freaking year. We're not going nowhere, just in the middle, and that's the worst place to be in sports. And I've talked about this time and time again, and that's where this franchise continues to be right now at this present moment, and it's very freaking frustrating. And now, don't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers comes back. Now they're saying That doesn't mean he's going to come back, but watch him come back. So, you know, I like what he did for the team this year. I appreciate it getting some wins, but we're just kind of just in no man's land, no man's territory, and it is a very frustrating thing as a fan. Now, I know it's still early and it just happened, so we can see what he does with the roster and what moves need to be made, but we can get down later in that with the Senior Bowl coming up, the draft, the combine, a lot of, and it's in Pittsburgh, so it's going to be a lot of pressure on this organization. Art Rooney is getting a lot of heat, so we'll see what they do. But all in all, bad days as a Steelers fan right now. Don't like the hire. I don't care what anybody says. I have my own opinion. You can agree to disagree with me, or you can have your own opinion. You tell me why you think I'm wrong or why you think he may succeed. Heck, I want him to, but I just don't see it happening because he hasn't done anything. When he was with Dallas, they were penalized. They choked a lot of playoff games away. Same thing in Green Bay until that one season that he got the one Super Bowl in Rodgers and he choked it away. And Mike Tomlin leaves, and this is what we get. It's not good enough. Not good enough. And a lot of things need to happen for this team to get better. And we are so much farther away from being a Super Bowl contender than people really understand and really realize with this roster and how it is constructed. Yes, we have some good pieces on this team, but we're far away from a lot of these top teams in the AFC who have elite quarterbacks. So that's my take on it, man. Not happy, mediocre, bad hire, not great. Hey, don't forget to love this video, subscribe to my channel. Hey, also, I just finally created TikTok. Gonna get some shorter content on there. But you know I'm still gonna be on YouTube, baby. Follow me on TikTok. I'll post it in my bio, Sports Nerd 0. Yes, please, I appreciate it. Give me a like, a thumbs up. Appreciate all the love, support, and follow me on Twitter as well at Keeping the Score. So, Barry Adrian, and I'm out. Peace.